me, stellar crew. I'm David Wyrick.
What's up, everybody? Ostojic here. I am so fired up to be with you guys today. We have some great content for you guys. David.
Well, first of all, Happy New Year.
Yeah, of course. This is our first one.
First podcast of the new year. So, it's time to stay fired up, time to stay motivated, time to be resolute in our resolutions, right? It's time to stay focused on our goals, to have them complete. So this time next year, when we shoot the first podcast of next year, and we have everybody emailing us, everybody telling us, yeah, this is where we're at in our goals, and we're telling you this is where we're at in our goals. We've exceeded our goals. We're past what we said we were going to do, right?
That's exactly
right. Super fired up, ready to go. Alex just got back from a motivational event. He's super fired up.
Man, that was a life-changing thing. By far, one of the best events I ever attended, man. I am so motivated. Like, I got goosebumps all over my body, man. I was telling my wife the last couple of days, like, let's get back home. Let's drive home. Let's leave today. She's like, hold on, we got to pack. Like, let's leave today. She's like, what is with you? I'm like, what do you mean what's with me? We got work to do. Like, we got freaking work to do, right? So I'm finally back in Missouri. I arrived last night at midnight. Okay, so let me tell you the schedule a little bit. So I arrived last night at midnight. Never quit, right? There's no such thing as tired. So came home at midnight, had to start up the wood boiler for my heated floors in the house, right? Because it's cold out here in Missouri. But it's not cold. It's not that cold right now, but it's going to get cold. But I run my heat through the floors all the time. So I worked till like midnight 30. By the time I showered, got ready, I went to bed at 1, woke up at 5:45 this morning. And I'm here fired up, man. Like, I can't wait to get this.
Yep, we had a business meeting this morning with some of our other business partners with our solar business. Had a good meeting about that. Set some goals, set some sights for the new year, for the next quarter. And we're here doing the podcast. We've got some financial stuff after this. We're just going to stay motivated, stay moving. What's next? What can we do next? How can we progress? And a lot of that starts with what is motivating you. How are you staying motivated? Where is your mindset at? Because, we can get focused on, we lose track after the first of the year. We get so fired up and then we lose track on these little things that we can't change.
So what happens is, it's not what happens to you, it's how do you react to it, right?
Perspective.
So we're all motivated, we're all fired up, right? But it's not about being motivated and fired up. It's about really knowing what you want. Because you're going to get slapped in the face. It's business. It's entrepreneurship. You're going to get slapped in the face. Things are not going to go the way you want them.
No feelings in business.
Yeah, things are not going to go the way you want them. Nothing's going to turn out the way you want it, okay? It might after a while, but you have to literally force it to go that way. It's not just going to happen, right? So we're fired up, we're motivated, but in 2 weeks from now, we might get slapped in the face, right? Something financial doesn't go through.
Probably tomorrow.
Something financial doesn't go through. A loan gets declined, a client quits, agent quits, right?
Yeah.
Because like
somebody's not producing the amount that you had set in your mind for them to produce. And I've experienced that a lot with construction. It's easy to be the guy that leaves in the truck and leaves the workers to work and then comes back 2 or 3 hours later, and in your mind you're like, okay, they should be this far by now. And when you get there, they're not that far.
Yeah.
And so you get out and you're like, what is happening?
You just put me 3 days behind.
Well, and it's easy to be that guy.
It is.
Because in your mind, this is what you would do, right? And we all don't have the same situation. We all don't have the same life, so with the business, with the motivation, you do have to have that small amount of patience to have to, okay, so I'm not being mean, I'm not prying in your business. Why are you not progressing as quickly as I feel like you should be progressing? What's happening?
It's the belief, man.
Right. Well, how can we fix this? What's stopping you? What roadblocks are you hitting? Can we go over that block? Can we go around that block? Do we need to bust through that block? How do we get around this? Let me help you. And that's the biggest thing about having a running mate or having somebody to partner up with, is saying, hey, this is where I'm at, either in my mind or in my business. What's your advice? How do I get around this? How do I stay motivated? Because I just keep hitting this wall. Every time I get to this point, I keep hitting this wall. How do I avoid this wall? How do I get around this wall? Is this even something that, and then listen to that advice and take it.
A lot of times the wall is in our head.
That's what I'm saying.
It's literally in our head. Like, we block ourselves.
Because we don't change our point of view. We
it.
have our own point of view, and
That's
we need
it.
somebody else to go, well, you're looking at it wrong. Look at it like this. Oh, that's so easy. Yeah. It was easy.
That's why mentorship is so important.
100%.
You gotta see, because we see only on our level, right? We gotta partner up and be in contact with somebody that's a lot higher level than us. Okay, somebody that's already made it, and somebody that's willing to put their time into somebody and give back to the community or another entrepreneur or something like that. Because what we see right now, it's not what they see.
Mm-hmm.
They see the whole picture. They
Yeah.
see only one little portion of a puzzle. So for us, it's like, it's hard to connect some things. To them, they've already been through it. So they can mentor you and coach you through it. At our event, I met a guy, his name was Brian. The guy came into business last year, already crossed $100,000, already built a huge sales team, already got promoted to senior marketing director. And I was like, how? Well, he's getting coached by the best in business. He's getting coached by Guillermo Haro, right? So that coaching, Guillermo Haro is a very, very direct guy. You know, that's another thing. You know, you can't have your feelings all mixed up in it. If you're not good at something, it doesn't mean you're stupid. It just doesn't, it means you don't have enough experience, right? So find somebody with more experience, have them pour into you, go out, take them out for lunch, pay for lunch. That's going to be the best money you ever spend. Don't look at it as spending,
It's an
look at it as
investment.
investing, right? And just feed your brain. Make sure the obstacles in your brain go away. Because that's the only obstacles we have. It's just obstacles in our brain. So dude, this event, like, it's life-changing, man. Every time I go, I come back as a different person.
Yeah.
And that's why I go. It doesn't matter, you know, how much it costs, how much time it takes, because I believe these last like 4 or 5 days that I've been gone put me so far ahead that it was just worth it.
It was an investment.
It was so worth it,
You
man.
were investing in
Plus,
yourself.
You're hanging out with people that are in your business. You all think the same. The mindset, right? You click, camaraderie. Dude, it actually reminded me of the military.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Well,
I
a
like
lot of the guys are from the military too, so it kind of gives that vibe anyway.
most of my sales team is the former Marines. Well, not former Marines, Marines veterans. But yeah, it was just so awesome, man. So motivational, so inspirational. Just to see so many good stories on stage. I actually got to speak on stage for 2 minutes. Videos on our podcast Facebook page. By the way, we do have a Facebook page.
We do have a
podcast
Facebook page. Mm-hmm.
So if you're listening to this, go on Facebook, type in Be Stellar Podcast, and we're gonna pop up.
Give us a like.
Follow us. Share our content. Okay. Also, we want to tell you guys, we're always looking for people to share their story in our podcast. We're, you know, me and David, you know, yes, this is our podcast, but we want to share it with everybody else.
Yeah.
Too.
Share your successes. Share your failures. Tell us. Get on our podcast Facebook page and, you know, type in your business or type in the times you failed, how long it took you to get it up and running. You know, share with us. We'd love to hear your side, to hear what you've been through, because like I just said earlier, our lives, our experiences, they're not the same. You know, I actually had a conversation with some guys the other day. We were talking about the Bible, right? And they were talking about the Gospels being contradictory, right? And I'm going somewhere with this. But I said, they're not contradictory. Here's the thing. If I witness something, Alex witnesses something, and 2 other people witness something, the way I describe it is not going to be the way that Alex describes it. He's going to put in details that I'm not going to put in. And same thing with the other 2. They're synoptic. They're the same experience from a different perspective. And so you get things, let's just take the Bible for a moment. You get things out of each gospel about Jesus that are different from the other guy because they had a different experience. So me and you are in the financial business together. Our experience isn't going to be the same. Even with the same client, it's not going to be the same. We're going to walk out and say, hey, this is how I felt about that. And you're going to say, well, this is how I felt about that. Same client, same thing. It's the same, different perspective, different point of view. You have to have that. You have to have that, and you have to take it in with whatever business you're getting into. Whether it's, you know, you're a lawn mowing business, whether you're a construction company, whether you're a financial service, it's okay. What's working for you? What's not working for you? Same thing when we're talking about solar closes. You want to watch me close. You want to watch, you know, Travis close, and you want to watch because you want to take that and you want to say, okay, I want to take this from him and this from him and this from him, apply it to myself and have my own closing style because I'm me.
Exactly.
And there is no other me that lives other than me.
Me, exactly.
Right?
Yeah, you're very special. Like, everybody's so special and different, bro.
Yeah.
Like, as many people that have lived before. It was like something, I listened to something the other day. It said 400 trillion to 1 is the chances of you being born.
Mhm.
400 trillion to 1. So you're different, right? So even though I'm going to see David's perspective on closing, Travis's perspective on closing, Rebecca's perspective on closing, okay, I'm going to come up with my own thing that fits me, my own style. At the end of the day, you're you. You're not Travis. You're not David. You're not Rebecca. You're not, you nobody, you, right? So be you. Whatever works for you, use it for your advantage. Make sure that you is the best version of itself.
Because you're never going to be somebody else. The thing that you can do. So, a lot of young people want to be like star athletes, right? Right? I want to be like, whoever, LeBron James, Tom Brady, let's just throw some bigger names out there, Patrick Mahomes, right? You'll never be this person, right? But the thing that you can do is match their work ethic.
Yeah, you can be on their level as yourself,
right?
But you will never be that.
You'll have different things, but you can match their work ethic. You can match the time they put into their craft, whatever it is. Whether you're a salesman, whether you're a CEO, whether you're a star athlete, put time into your craft, because you'll never be anything. I tell my daughter that she started basketball, right? And she said, no matter what I do, this is what she told my wife. She said, no matter what I do, she said, Dad always tells me I have to practice more.
Of course.
And I said, well, she's 12, so I had to explain to her. I was like, listen, I'm always proud of you. I'm always proud of your effort. But all of us have to continue to practice to be good at our craft. Because, I told my wife, maybe 1 in 1,000 people are just talented. That they're just like, you've probably met the guys or girls who pick up a ball and they're just boom, they're good at it. And you're like, I hate you so much.
Running, right? I hate running. When I was in the Marines, I used to run every day, and people are like, if you hate running, why do you run? Because that's the only way I'm going to get better.
100%.
And this is the thing: the fastest time I ever ran in the Marines was 20 minutes 30 seconds, 3 miles, and I trained all the time. I just could not. I don't know if it's a mental block. Maybe if I had this outlook on life back when I was in the Marines, maybe I would have tried harder, maybe different techniques or something like that, right? But I had this kid, tall, skinny, white kid, right? His name was Garber. The kid smoked like a chimney, never seen a gym, 18-minute 3 miles every time, which is the perfect run time for the Marine Corps. And we'd go and he'd be one of the fastest runners every time. Never runs, never trains, nothing, just happens. I'm like, dude, how do you do that? He's like, well, I don't know, man, I just run.
I just felt
like how, dude? Because I tried pacing myself. I tried doing faster at the beginning, slower at the end. I tried doing slower at the beginning, sprinting at the end. I tried everything. I just could not break 20 minutes, 30 seconds, 3 miles. I'm like, what the hell's going on, right? And dude, this kid just shows up and just smokes me away, dude. And I'm like, what? So everything works. Everybody's different.
Everybody's different.
Yeah, everybody's different, right? So just find the thing that, like me, I'm not good at sales, man. Well, I'm getting better at sales. I'm working on it. But, like I said, I wasn't good at sales. So if I kept that mentality, I would have never been in sales.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you just got to look at different perspectives, look at outlooks. And guys, like 2023, I am so excited. This year is going to be the year to elevate me to the next level. Like straight up.
Yeah.
In everything.
That's the goal.
Financially, spiritually, mentally, physically, I'm gonna hit the gym like crazy. I'm gonna be posting a bunch of stuff on the page. I just want to get lean, mean. I want to just go crush it. Man, I'm so fired up.
Yeah, I've actually been going to the gym. Been feeling it. That's like yesterday. Let's see, yesterday morning was legs. So I went and I squatted and did ran and a whole bunch of stuff. And then last night they asked me to help in my daughter's basketball practice. I was my legs hurt.
No, it's you're gonna.
But we did, we did, and that, and it always. There's no better feeling in the world than helping your kid.
Yeah,
there's a bunch of kids there, and we're helping all of them. But there's no better feeling than being involved in your kid's life. So take time to, don't be the story always hits me of the kid coming to their dad and hey, how much does an hour of your time cost? And he's like, oh, it's $50, and then the kid tries to hand their parent $50 because they never spend time with their kids.
Yeah.
And so she's trying to buy time. Hey, here's $50, spend time with me. Time is one thing that you never get back. So that's why it's important to have a calendar and stick to your calendar. If you were going to say, earlier, Alex said 16-hour days, right? But I guarantee you, in those 16-hour days, he's got an hour or 2 hours to go, okay, I'm going to my son's this, I'm going to my daughter's that. Because even though it's scheduled in his time, he wants to make sure that he's a father first and a good role model. Because what kid wants to be like, I want to be just like my dad, whoever that is. Even though they were in the same house, they never met him and they never know. We were rich. You know,
so my son, man, he's getting into. I just ordered him a gi because you know my apparel brand. We provide everything. I got a contract with the factory, so we're gonna test this gi out from the factory. It's the first one I ever ordered, right? But I took my son before I went to the California trip. I took him over here in town to jiu-jitsu and kickboxing practice, and he was kind of like scared. He didn't want to be like partake and all that, but he watched. And then the last day we were there, we were there for 2 days. Last maybe 20 minutes, like, Dad, I want to jump in, right? He's like all excited. So he's gonna start doing his Muay Thai and kickboxing and his jiu-jitsu, and he's freaking excited, dude. So that's gonna be one of those things me and him are gonna be doing twice a week, right? Mm-hmm. Every Tuesdays and Thursdays in the afternoon. You know, like you said, you know, just because you have big goals, aspirations, you want to go achieve big things, you can't forget about your family if you got one, mm-hmm. right? And that's why when I was talking over there, dude, our schedule was so hectic for the event. Yeah. It was so hectic, bro. So I got there last week, Wednesday, which was like, I want to say the 3rd or 4th of January. I played golf with one of my buddies I haven't seen in about 10 months. I was the best man at his wedding. One of the groomsmen at his wedding 10 months ago, right? I haven't seen him since his wedding, so we kind of caught up a little bit. We played some golf from there, went into the hotel that night. I called my wife and I was like, look, I got a lot of free time right now. I got a bunch of stuff to do. So I was like reading, coming up with the schedule, right, to the new year. You know, people say New Year resolution. I didn't really have one because I just constantly grind. My resolution is not like,
what, it's a new year?
Go to the gym, you know. Like I read this thing from Ed Milet. He's like, if you set a New Year resolution 2 weeks from now, let's say it's like this mid-December and you set it in 2 weeks, you're just delaying your goals for 2 weeks. So just start now, right? So I was going over all my plans and everything. I was putting everything together, reading a little bit, stuff like that. Went to sleep. The next day I woke up. We had a golf tournament. Then from there we had a general session 1. Right in between we got to grab lunch and stuff like that. And then after that we filmed a podcast episode with 2 entrepreneurs that I'm gonna post right after this one. Just remember that one was filmed last week Wednesday. Okay, January like 3rd or 4th. We were up till midnight 30 filming this episode. And just, you know, kind of getting to know each other because my sales team's all around the country. I don't really, a couple of guys I don't even know personally. I never met them in person, right? And then, dude, at 5, we set an alarm clock and went to the gym all together.
That's cool.
Like, dude, 4.5 hours of sleep. Next day, full packed schedule, right, till midnight again. Got up next day, same thing, right? And then I drove to Vegas, picked up my family, and drove out here, bro. Last night I came in at midnight. Dude, I'm talking like last 5 days. People talk about like work-life balance. No, it doesn't happen, man. So, but look, even though I slept on like 20 hours in the last 5 days, man, I'm still here. I'm still fired up. We're still going to push this thing through. We're going to elevate 2023 to the next level, man. I'm excited, dude.
100%.
I'm excited.
I'm ready for it. It's all about mindset. It's all about keeping motivated, what's your purpose, what's your goals. Fix your eyes on those goals. Don't let the little obstacles stop you from achieving your goals. There's ways around all of that stuff. Seek out your purpose, follow your dreams, go after your goals. Don't let anything be unstoppable. You know, let's say be unstoppable this year. I hate saying stuff like that, but be unstoppable this year. Last year you were stoppable, be unstoppable this year.
Switch that one little thing.
Yeah, just guess what? These people were stopping me. Get away from them. Get away from the people that are stopping you from achieving your goals and your dreams. Get away from them. Take that risk, man.
It's okay to drop people, man. It's okay to drop people. And you know what? It's called shedding the dead weight. Okay, if you're moving to the next level, you can only go to the next level with people that want to go to the next level. Mm-hmm. Okay? And I try to limit myself how much I hang out with limited-minded people. Mm-hmm. I try actually not to hang out with them at all. And if I go and hang out with them, I don't talk too much. Because we just have nothing in common.
This is what I've been doing.
Look, hey man, last year I started 2 businesses. I got my business to the next level. I hit my promotion. I grew my sales team. My book's about to be published. All this stuff. What did you do? Oh, I did my 9 to 5 and yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, there's no more connection. You know what I mean? It's like this year, like, what can I do this year? I'm gonna take all those businesses, put them to the next level. Next year to the next level.
Yeah.
Next year to the next level. And the beautiful part is the levels never run out.
Yeah.
You go as high as you freaking want, right? So man, I'm excited, man. 2023 is going to be the year, dude. I'm like fired up.
Yeah.
So
Man, I'm excited about it. I'm excited about being stellar. I'm excited about where the podcast is going.
So guys, man, I really want to thank all of you guys
100%.
because we're just guys, we're in top 10 listening podcasts in the world that have been just started, right? We're getting anywhere between 30 to 40 listeners a day sometimes. And like I said, we're like 11 countries in like 102 different cities. And I'm talking like Colombia, Ireland. Like, I don't know anybody in Ireland, do you?
No, but I'm Irish, so maybe they feel it through my ancestry.
DNA,
Right, the
was just
DNA is
migrated
just,
through the universe.
Yeah, it's just going out. And all the Irish people. Wow.
We got people in
Really?
Austria, man, Italy,
South America.
South America. We got Colombia, Mexico.
Yeah, people in different states. We actually, this is a cool story, and I don't know if I've mentioned this yet, but you said that your neighbor works at the dog food factory here in town.
Yeah.
And said that a lady came up and said, hey, there's these two guys that have started a podcast here in town. And like, that's us. We're the two guys.
Yeah, we're the two
so
guys.
That's, for us, we're on this, we're talking about our goals, right? That's super great for us to hear because we don't know these people. And they're like, yeah, these two guys in Joplin have started a podcast. Like that fires me up right there. I'm like, man, it's getting out there. Like it's working.
It is, man.
Because this is our ultimate goal of anything would be just to start a nonprofit organization, to run the podcast, and to help people be stellar. Like that would be a dream for me. Like that's my ultimate top of the dream list is to help people be stellar.
That would be awesome, and like pour into other people, show them all the struggles we've been through. Tell them like, hey, look, doesn't matter how much you're struggling. On the other side of that pain, there's something beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And you can only enjoy it if you struggle on the way to it.
100%.
You can only enjoy it like that. So I'm really fired up, man. So by the way, we also have a daily blog on my personal website. Okay, go in there, subscribe to the blog, and every morning you're gonna get a motivational email. It's gonna take you straight to my blog. You can read it. I post a bunch of personal stuff on there. I post a bunch of stories, everything from my life that I've been through. For those of you that don't know, I've been through Civil War, refugee camps, 10 years in the Marines. I work corporate jobs. Now I'm an entrepreneur. So I have a lot of life experience that I share on that blog. Also, another thing, David here, we're going to start his personal page today as well. You're going to be able to listen to a podcast on his page as well pretty soon here.
Yeah.
And also we're going to publish a Be Stellar blog on his page as well, right? So you're going to have two Be Stellar blogs. Whichever one of us you like better, subscribe to, or subscribe to both of us. It doesn't matter.
Well, we have different life experience.
Yeah.
As you were in a basement getting bombed at 7 years old, I was riding my bike in the neighborhood, being friends with kids. So two different life,
A little bit.
And but it's cool how two people from complete different backgrounds can come together, and make things happen. Like, because it's hard, man. It's hard to trust people. I tell people all the time, like, people suck. They do. People suck.
Do.
Like,
you gotta be careful when you hang out with.
As much as I hate saying that because I love people, and obviously
You're a pastor, bro.
we want people to be
people.
better. But like, man, we've got to teach people to not ghost people. Like, learn the word no. If you're not interested in something, just no, thank you.
Yeah.
And then move on with your life. Don't just stop answering text messages and don't answer phone calls. Just be like, nope, not interested. Unless it's like, man, those freaking telemarketers, they kill me. The stupid robo, gosh, I'd like to find whoever those houses.
Hey, we're calling you because your car insurance expired. Would you like to get your car
insurance? I
just
saw that you were trying to get out of financial aid. I'm like, I don't have any more student loans. I paid that crap off. Like, quit calling me.
Like 20
You know what I mean?
ago.
I'm sorry that I accidentally clicked on something. Now I have 45 spam calls asking me if I need business funding.
I've also heard that it's not even sometimes that you click on things. Yeah. Sometimes the cell phone companies sell your information.
Yeah, or you think about it. And then it's there.
I know, dude. Be careful what you say. Like, whatever you talk about is going to pop up on your phone next day.
Your devices are listening.
Yeah, they're always listening.
But 100% though, like, that's a true thing.
It is. But that's how you talk about, like, I don't know, solar financing.
Yeah.
And then, like, you go on Instagram and the first thing that pops up is the solar financing company.
Yeah, solar. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's just the way it works.
Here's something really cool. Small business podcast. I just read, McCarthy just got elected speaker.
With the
You
House,
saw
yeah.
that, right? Did you see the new bill that they're trying to put through for taxes?
Uh,
You didn't see this?
no.
So they're trying to put through a bill right now that's going to do away with the IRS and income taxes and do a national consumption tax instead of having the IRS will be gone. There'll be no IRS. So all these like 87,000 agents they're
No, they
trying
already
to
banned that. I know that.
no, well, I'm saying that they're trying to. It's a bill to do away with the IRS, 100%, not even have the IRS anymore.
It's beautiful.
So small businesses can thrive more and not be so taxed because the worst people are taxed are the middle class. That's why it's so hard to kick a business off. Is because like, well, how am I supposed to pay for my house and how am I supposed to pay for all this stuff? Because as much as I hate to say, the love of money is the root of all evil, but I mean that's a true statement. If you're greedy, you're probably a bad person. But you have to have it. You have to have money. And so sadly, if you want to keep your lights on, if you want to keep things going, if you want to keep things moving, guess what? You got to have money. And so when you get to that point in starting a small business, all of a sudden you made a good year, right? You made $60,000, but now you owe $15,000 in taxes.
Yeah.
It's like that $60,000 just paid my bills.
So what would this tax thing, the IRS
So
thing going away?
So it starts what's called a national consumption tax, and I haven't delved way into it. I just read about it, but it excited me because anything's better than income taxes. Like, I mean, a lot of people will probably be upset because they're not going to get the earned income credit. They'll actually have to apply themselves, but I'll look into it. We'll talk about it maybe a little bit next week. We'll see what happens as far as how the bill progresses through the House. How that crap goes.
Yeah.
If you do that, then all these rich Democrats and leftists that use the tax code and then blame everybody else, won't be able to do that anymore. So
interesting.
Yeah.
I already like it. I already like it.
Well,
yeah, awesome, guys. So, so 2023. So, David, how are you gonna apply yourself in 2023?
Like I said, well, I've been going to the gym. That was the main thing.
Remember we talked about it on the last podcast.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing: is that yes, we're for business, but you have to work on yourself, right? Absolutely. So you have to be able to look at yourself in the mirror and be comfortable with yourself and who you are, right? So, like, right now I am overweight, and I feel like. So, what do I do about that? If I can't have enough self-discipline to care for myself, how am I going to care for others? How am I going to care for a business?
Makes sense.
If I can't care for me, right? I mean, that's my mindset. And
it starts with health.
That's my mindset.
Healthy body will give you a healthy mind. Healthy mind will open up the doors that you never even dreamed of.
100%.
That's just the way it works. That's why, like, how many successful people do you know that are like 600 pounds?
There's probably a lot out there, but...
No, I'm saying like very successful, like people that you heard of. I've never heard of anybody that's successful. That's
most of the people out there now that they're in shape or
Dude,
they're not overweight.
I went to our financial services convention. I went over there and I was impressed by the people that I'm in business with.
Yeah.
They're all in shape. They all look good. They're all just confident, bro. It's just like to surround yourself 3 or 4 days of that, bro, you just feel unstoppable, man. Yeah. And that's what it's meant for, right? It's meant to like take your mindset to the next level.
Any convention, if you can get yourself in on some sort of like motivational convention, if you don't have any money, they do free ones. Listen to our podcast. Find something. Go with other people. Like that's why people go to the gym. It's more motivating for 90% of people to go to a place to work out and be, even if you don't talk to anybody, but to be around other people that are trying to accomplish the same thing. Rather than, dude, I've got weights and all sorts of stuff at my house. When I pick that crap up? Never.
Yeah?
Never.
See, me, man, I'm different.
I know.
I love, so you guys, I actually, you know what, I'll post a video on the Facebook page, but about 2 weeks ago, it was a blizzard right here in the Midwest, and it was like 10 degrees outside.
It's the most Serbian thing ever said.
Man, I woke up, and I was sitting there with the wife and kids, the fireplace is on, the heat is on, everything's nice and warm, and I was like, man, I haven't done anything today to make myself uncomfortable. What am I going to do? I'm like, screw it, I'm going to go for a hike.
Went straight Rocky.
So I take a 45-pound, I have a backpack that has a 35-pound weight wrapped up in a blanket, and I actually weighed it, it's 41 pounds with the pack, blanket, and the weight. I threw it on. I had a hoodie, right? And I had shorts, 10 degrees outside, right, with my boots. And I'm like, this is how I'm going to make myself uncomfortable today. And I went for a 3-mile hike with 40 pounds on my back in a blizzard and snow. And it was like, I came back and it was like, the feeling it sucked while I was doing, obviously. I mean, you cold, the wind's blowing, like you don't feel your legs, right? But I came back, dude, I felt like I could take on the world. I'm like, I just did that. I can do whatever, right?
100%.
So that's the point of going to the gym in the morning, because who really wants to wake up at 4 a.m. and go suffer? Nobody.
Yeah.
But once you already suffered in the morning, it's easier to take on the day.
You have to feel the pain for the gain.
Yeah.
You know, that's what they say. No pain, no gain. You have to feel the pain for the gain. That's like when you work out, you should feel it. You should feel the soreness in your muscles. Probably not the day after, but the day after that.
2 days later.
2 days later. Like, cause like, that's what always happens every time I do, like yesterday was leg day. Like I said, today I feel a little soreness.
Tomorrow,
but I know tomorrow, because I've walked in this office before after leg day, and like, we always take the stairs, and I was like, oh, bro, this is killing me. Because I can barely lift my leg up to get, and it's always the second day after. Delayed gratification. But you know, you have to do that. I read an article talking about that stuff because and all of this stuff applies, right? It's all a metaphor for life, right? Because you can go so hard, so much that you never get that recovery time. Even in work, you can go so hard, so much that you never actually, you're spinning your wheels. You're never actually accomplishing anything because you're not taking that moment.
Sometimes you're actually gaining by stepping away for a minute and look at it differently.
To say that like this, I read an article yesterday. It talked about the 100 push-ups for 30 days challenge, right? And at the very end of it, it was like, is it worth it? And the guy's like, no, because your muscles actually never recover. And it's in the recovery is when you build muscle, right? You strain your muscles and then you recover, and that's what builds your muscle. A lot of people probably already know this, but if every day you're doing the same workout and you're straining those same muscles every single day, you're not really progressing anything, because you know you have to actually change your workouts. That's the reason they say, like, go leg day, have a chest day, have a back day.
You gotta shock your body different ways.
And if you're only doing push-ups and you're not working out your back, then you're going to stand funny because your muscles aren't tying together.
Tied on one end, not tied on the other
100%. And so, not saying, and push-ups is one of the best workouts you can do for yourself, but don't do 100 push-ups for 30 days. Do like 100 push-ups, skip 2 days, do 100 push-ups. You know, do like 300 a week, you know, spread out, because it's better for you. You're going to recover. So same thing in business. That's why it's important to have a calendar, right? Work on this, work on this, work on this, and you'll see the progress. You'll see it happening. That's like when we started the podcast, like that first month, how many downloads we have. I think we were excited we had 17. We had 17 downloads. We were like, man, wow, that's more than what I thought we would have. I thought we would go like 3 months with like 1.
And we looked at it, we're like, hey, bro, we're literally set like this, and we're like, you know, we might be talking for a couple of years just to ourselves, right? And he goes, well, actually, he said that, and I was like, yeah, screw it, let's do it anyways. Yeah. That's why dude, I'm telling you, the first one that we started, that's why we call the first episode Just Start. Yeah, if you never start anything, you're never going to end anything. You're never going to get to the top of anything. You never have something to work toward. Like our first couple episodes, man, I looked over, I'm like, dang. But I'm going to leave him there. You know why? Yeah. Because that's where we started.
That's where we started.
So now we're like moving up a little bit, and I'm like, I actually feel comfortable talking in front of here to you guys. And the first couple episodes, I was shaking. I was like nervous.
Because what do you talk about?
I was like, what do you talk about? Like,
and we've had some feedback. You know, we've had people say, like, you throw too many little stupid stories in there. And I'm like, you know, that's me, though. That's who we are. We have stupid little stories, you know, about things that apply to our lives, right? And I'm going to speak about what I know the best. And you know what I know the best? Me.
Yeah.
I know me better than I know anything else. I know anybody else. So you know what I have to talk about? Myself.
Exactly.
Right? And I expect if you come on our podcast, I expect for you to talk about you.
You.
Tell us about you. Tell us your struggles. Tell us your strengths. Tell us your weaknesses. Have that conversation with yourself. Like he said, I haven't been uncomfortable today. Uncomfortable is where you find your strength. Uncomfortable is where you find your weakness. It's where you deal with it. That's so many people today, they're so comfortable with life.
Yeah.
That they just can't. They can't progress. Why am I not progressing? Well, when's the last time you were uncomfortable?
Well, we're so comfortable that we're the most obese nation in the world. That only comes from comfort. The guy that gets up and runs 20 miles a day, or 10 miles a day,
Or has to walk to
3
work.
miles, or has to walk to work, or bike to work, or something like that, they're not overweight. You know, there's nothing I don't judge nobody, man. You want to be overweight, that's you. But I'm just saying that comes from comfort zone, stuff like that.
And in business, you have to be uncomfortable. You have to have those
Every day,
uncomfortable
man.
meetings because you're going to have them. You're going to have to,
Confrontations,
as you
yeah.
grow and everything like that, you're going to have to sit down with your running mate, sit down with the people underneath you. You're going to have to fire people because those people refuse to be uncomfortable. Hey, you're not progressing. You're not moving. We just signed stuff with our solar company that we're starting. You know, some of it's scary to me, man. I've done construction for the last 15 years. You know what I mean? Like, I've never had to like go out and actually sell stuff. People call me to go do construction.
Yeah.
And so the whole difference is like, okay, now I have to learn something new. I haven't had to learn something new in 15 years.
It's gonna be good for you.
And I love it. But at the same time, it's uncomfortable.
Like,
You know what I
I
mean?
started this solar stuff. I just wanted to get uncomfortable knocking on people's doors. Like, just go knock on people's doors. Man, I'm gonna tell you, oh my God, this one time I knocked on this door, nobody answers. I walk away, and the lady opens the door. I was already at the end of the driveway, right? And she's like, hello, and I'm like, hey, hello, ma'am. So I start walking back, and she's holding the door open like this, waiting. I come up to the porch, and I start saying, she slams the door in my face. And I was like, okay, that's the uncomfortable situation for the day. Cool, I got over there now. Let's go now. And then I went on, and I scheduled like 6 appointments.
Well,
the
typical thing is like in those uncomfortable situations, they last you like
2 seconds.
2 minutes. But
Like,
the
who cares?
growth that you get out of those 2 seconds,
Who cares?
you know,
man?
like, gosh, you only have so many years on this earth. Like, just live. You know what I mean? Put yourself in those uncomfortables because after a while, they're not even uncomfortable. It's just like, whatever.
I love it, man. So one thing I kind of regret that I didn't do at our motivational event is pop out the microphone and start interviewing some people. I had it all set up. It's just like, to me, at that point, maybe next year or next month, because at that point it was like, okay, I can either go interview a couple of people, right, and just be like, hey, what do you think about this motivational event, blah, blah, blah. It would do good for the podcast. Or I can go put myself in front of people that are more successful than me in business and pick their brain and learn what they're doing, right? So I chose that instead.
Here's a
So I
question.
went around and kind of like got some ideas and wrote some things down from people that are more successful in business than me.
While you're talking about that, I want to put this out there to the Be Stellar, Be Stellar land.
Community.
Okay? Hop on the Facebook page and talk about the mindset of your area. Because I think we deal with that a lot. Like as financial services, the people that have been the most successful, we've talked about this, are in the West Coast. And I don't make that as an excuse, right?
It's like a
I'm just saying,
Texas, California.
but Texas, California, bigger city area. The mindset of Southwest Missouri is not the same as the mindset of everywhere else.
Definitely not.
So talk about the mindset of your area. Hop on the Facebook page. Post. The mindset of my area is this. They're go-getters. We have a lot of small businesses. In Joplin, ton of construction companies. I mean, like a lot of construction
Like they
companies.
can build a whole country.
Like
that
we
many
have more. I
construction
think we
companies.
probably have more construction companies per capita than like a lot of areas. So we have a lot of small businesses, but it's all construction, right? So what's your area like? Are people lethargic? Are they just factory workers? Like, what kind of people do you know? Like, if you were to try to open a business and try to sell, like, how positively would it be received, you think? Put it out there. Put it out there. That's a challenge to you, Be Stellar Crew. Put it on the Facebook page.
Yeah, no, we got a Facebook page. I'm
Hop on
excited,
there.
man.
Like the Facebook page. Follow the Facebook page. Tell your friends about it. Help us blow this thing up.
Yeah,
It's free to help us.
Yeah, invite people to it. So, if you go follow our page and then you click invite your friends and just click literally select all invite, and it sends invites to all your Facebook friends to like our page. And if 5 only like it out of, I don't know, 300 Facebook friends that you have,
We'll take the 5.
that's great. We'll take the 5. We appreciate you. And then, also, we're going to start doing some stuff, some giveaways for t-shirts and stuff like that. And we're going to develop a whole Be Stellar brand of maybe workout clothes. We're looking into a few different things, but that's all coming down the pipeline probably within the next, 6 months maybe.
As we grow.
as we
100%
grow,
as we grow.
maybe some mugs.
You know,
maybe
we'd
some,
love to get 1,000 subscribers. We'd love to get 1,000 downloads a month. 100%. That'd be, that's our goal. I think
10,000,
I think 1,000 in a month is probably our quarter goal. Like, by March we want to have 1,000 in a month, 1,000 downloads in a month.
No, we have good days every once in a while. We don't have 0 days anymore. We haven't had any for about a month now. But yeah, we're like I said, average podcast gets only 100 downloads a month.
140.
140 a month.
Podcast gets 140.
And we're like triple and quadruple that already. So we appreciate you guys. We're like I said, we're very grateful.
Excited about the new year. Fired up. Stay motivated, Be Stellar Crew. Stay motivated.
And let's all get together, make a commitment, go on Facebook page, type up your goals for the year. Like, how big do you want to get this year? Like, what do you want to change? Or start at least, what do you want to change? Maybe you want to get rid of some bad habits. Maybe you want to pick up some good ones.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe something like that. But, talk to us. Interact with us.
Yeah, be accountable. You put it on the Facebook page, be accountable to it.
What do you think I tell you guys all kinds of stuff? Because, like, when I say it now on the podcast, like, I spoke it into the universe, right? And now I got to get, like, I'm going to get in really good shape this year. Okay? So I said it, like, 3 times today.
Yeah. So now you're
so
accountable.
At the end of the year, if I'm not swole, go on the Facebook page and be like, hey, you're full of shit. I'm not that serious, dude. That's why I say it, man. That's why people don't ever tell anybody your goals. I do completely opposite. Yeah. I tell you what I want to do.
I may not tell you how I'm accomplishing my goal, but I tell you what I want my goal to be.
Yeah, I tell people my goals all the time, and it makes their head spin. And at first, this is why I do it, for a couple of reasons. First one, I love to see the doubt. Mm-hmm. Like, that's what drives me. I tell you, one day I want to own a jet. People are like, this guy. If you guys know that I come from a poor town, I've been poor my whole life pretty much. Like, I want to own a jet. So that doubt makes me just drive and work like.
Because you want to fly over those people's house?
Yep. Number 2, I can write I want to go to Mars. I write it down, and if I only say it to myself, if I never get to Mars, I never told to anybody else. So nobody knows I failed but me, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's the reason why I tell people my goals. Like, I would put my goal list on Facebook page. I don't care, dude. I don't care if people laugh. Mm-hmm. I don't care if they think I'm stupid. I don't care, man. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it only matters what I think. Mm-hmm. So write goals down, share them with us. We'll help you guys achieve your goal. Like, I'm so fired up, dude. Like, I'm
excited about it, man. I really am. I'm ready. I'm ready for this year. I'm ready to grow in all areas. I'm ready for myself, in my mind, to grow. I'm ready to be different than I ever have been. Like you said, spiritually, like, I preached on Sunday. We want in church 2023 to be different than 2022, but we have to start doing different things than what we did in 2022, right? So we have to start outreaching. We have to start converting people to Jesus. That's part of what I preach. If you want 2022 to be different, or 2023 to be different than 2022, guess what? You got to do different things than you did in 2022. You got to start doing uncomfortable things. You got to get out of the boat, because the blessings of life, the anointings of life, come from the doers and not the sitters. You can't spectate. You can't spectate somebody else's life and then expect to revel in their reward.
No, it's never going to happen.
Right? Because we all like to play armchair quarterback. You know what that means?
I don't even know what that means. No.
So it's when people watch a football game and they're whatever team they like, they go, man, he's playing terrible today.
Oh, you idiot! Why didn't you pass the ball that way?
Okay, so soccer, right? Soccer.
Oh, yeah.
Why didn't you pass? Yeah, you're watching the game from your chair.
Yep.
He's playing it.
Yeah.
You never will get anywhere in life playing armchair quarterback.
Yep.
So get out there.
Jump in.
Do.
Man, everything I've ever started, I just went for it, man. I realized that's the best way.
100%.
People like, dude, I was talking to, so I'm trying to bring this guy into business. Very smart guy. One of my friends, we served together back in 2013 with deployed, lives in North Carolina. And we talked about 2 weeks ago, he just became a client, right, for financial services. And I'm trying to recruit him into business because I think he can do well. I see potential in this guy. He's very good with people. He just got a very calm demeanor, he's very confident. He's in good shape, right? He's a Marine, he's still active duty. Someone may come in part-time, develop a business over the next few years. So when you get out, you got something to, going for yourself instead of just being a veteran that's looking for a job. He's like, dude, I like it. And then yesterday we kind of had a follow-up appointment, and I was talking to him, and he's like, oh, well, I kind of want to like learn, and I want to kind of know what I'm getting into, and so I'm like, we went over what you're getting into.
Experience is the best teacher.
But like, you have to jump on it, guys. You have to jump on it. Like, this podcast would have never happened if me and this guy said, hey, let's try and see if we can get 50,000 downloads, or views first month. Right? We're probably not going to hit that. Nah, dude.
Or we just talked about how we were going to do it. How are we going to do it? What are we going to do instead? We hopped on Amazon. Ordered this.
We ordered mics. They came in. We were supposed to shoot first Wednesday of September. We tried connecting everything. Nothing fit. Right? We got the wrong mics, wrong board.
We had to go to music stores.
Oh,
go
my
to
God.
Best Buy. Ended up exchanging through Amazon. Finding the right kind of stuff because, man, we did nothing about this.
Next week he came in. We didn't know if it was going to work. We like hooked it up. Then we ran like 10 different videos to try to adjust the sound.
And then we shot a whole entire episode and it didn't record.
Yes.
And we had to first episode was twice recorded.
Yeah.
Just so you know, recorded once. We did it twice.
We did it twice.
Just so you know, you're going to make mistakes. Things are going to happen. So his favorite thing to do is when we're done, go, bro, it didn't record. And, I never take it like the boy who cried wolf. Now I'm like, dude, whatever. And one of these days he's like, no, really, it didn't record. And I'm like, oh, gosh.
Yeah, but you know what? You don't have to, you want to start a podcast. We encourage you to go start your own podcast.
Do it. We'll be on it.
Talk about your own thing. We'll come. We'll be your first guest. Let us know. I don't care where it's at. If you're in Arkansas, if you're in Chicago, if you're I'll drive down there on the way. I'll prospect. I'll do my business. I'll expand both of my business. I'll bring my podcast gear. We're going to shoot you on our podcast, and we'll be on your podcast. We'll exchange services.
100%.
I'm so excited. It's so much fun.
Dude. Stay fired up, Be Stellar Crew. Be motivated. Hop on the Facebook page. Give us a like. Aleksandar.com.
And soon to be DavidWyrick.com as well, okay? So check it out, guys. We're on AleksandarStojic.com, okay? We are on BlackEagleDesign.com, okay? You can listen to us on both ones. Soon to be on DavidWyrick.com, all right?
Hopefully.
Hey, subscribe to our blog. Listen to our podcast. We appreciate you guys. This podcast is sponsored by my apparel company, BlackEagleDesign.com, right?
Yeah.
And that's all we got for you guys. Hey, stay fired up in 2023. Let's
stay motivated.
Let's expand and get to the next level. Love you guys. Talk to you soon.